At Fieldstone, we are proud to be your hometown pawn shop, locally owned and operated since 1987. Whether it's extra cash or a present for that special someone in your life, whatever your needs are, we are the ones that have it right here at Fieldstone Jewelry and Pawn. Our hours are Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. And we're centrally located off I-20 exit 88 on the Service Road. Our address is 2315 Irish Drive in Conyers. Call for more information at 770-483-8248. That's 770-483-8248. Remember,
Hey, we're sitting here now. I told you I had a special guest here. Let me tell you. You remember the incident where two kids, parents got killed in an accident here not long ago, Halloween. We heard about it, sister and I, and most everybody heard about it in this area. But it was a gentleman that happened to be working that night, a state patrol, a state trooper, Georgia state trooper, happened to be working, and he happened to be from Newton County. Oh, so you know, being out there like the sister and I are, and hearing about the situation where he consoled the kids until their grandmother arrived here from the next morning, and the kind of compassion that he displayed is only, to have that type of mindset that something like that as drastic as that happening, and have that type of compassion is something only God can give. And so we looked him up and found him. We got other people that was talking about him, but we looked him up and found him, and they could let us have his address. And we heard that he was getting ready to get into politics. And he lives down in Mansfield area, down Mansfield, if you're familiar. It's District 1. And, it's 5 districts here in Newton County. And Mansfield is District 1, where the person who's serving now is not going to run. It's going to be an open seat. But qualifying day is March the 11th, I think.
March 7th through the 11th, yes, sir.
7th through the 11th is qualifying day. But first, let me introduce Trooper Nathan Bradley and his lovely wife, Miss Nathan Bradley. And I want to welcome you to our Brothers and Sisters Keeper.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thanks for having us. I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, well, go ahead and tell us about yourself a little.
Yes, sir. Stephanie and I got married back in November. Yes, sir. Crushed on her all through high school. It's been
what high school you go to?
We graduated from Heritage High School, class of 09.
What?
Yes, sir.
Right here local.
Yes, sir.
Right here in Conyers.
Yes, sir. That's right. And we moved out here last year, late January. Try to get away from the busyness of Conyers, and we really enjoy being here. We really enjoy being married. So it's
hey, well, you got a little while for that.
Yes, sir.
What you said, November?
Yes, sir. November 15th is when we got married. Yes, sir.
Hey, well, my wife and I have been married a long time.
Yes, sir.
30 years.
Well, more power to you.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. More power to me. But we having a good time. It's like we got married last week.
Yes, sir.
But we are just happy to have you on here, and tell us about what you think about Newton County. You're familiar with Rockdale and Newton County. And,
yes, sir.
And the needs of the community down there where you are. They got a lot of changes getting ready to come down there.
Yes, sir.
A lot of plans being planned down there.
That's right.
The first courthouse in Newton County was down there at Brick Store.
Yes, sir.
And they got great plans with Baxter and Baxalt and several other places down there. And then Georgia State just merged with Perimeter College down there. And they got a subdivision already planned.
That's
they
right.
Got 2 sewage plants already down there.
That's right.
And so those houses are not going to be just rural houses.
Yes, sir.
They're going to be houses.
Be pretty suburban.
That's right.
Yes,
with sewage and it's going to be it's going to be some kind of area to live in. It's going to be probably the most modern area in the state when they're finished with that entire area. What I hear, and for them to have somebody as young as you, somebody able to withstand, can put some time in.
Yes, sir. That's right. I have no kids, and I'm young.
And watch it grow.
That's right.
And watch it grow right down there. Right down there, right there in the 3-county area.
Yes, sir.
You got Walton, Morgan, and Newton.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and Jasper. Yeah, all that right there on top of you. And you got the Birds Plantation in your district. And,
yes, sir. Sandy Morehouse is a great man. I'm meeting with him tomorrow morning.
Okay, well, you tell him you was on the radio. He's been up here too, I think.
Yes, sir.
Him and his wife has been up here. They do a great job down there.
Yes, sir. Definitely a lot of history, a lot of powerful families in Newton County. Been here lifelong.
Yeah. Well, he got a stack of history down there, and he's keeping that plantation intact, and it's gonna forever be in the family.
Yes,
he said even when he leave, he got it fixed where they won't sell it.
Yes, sir.
young people come in here, first thing they do is sell it.
Yeah, and it's a great place to get married, is what I hear too.
Yeah, it's more than that. You get him. Oh, well, they can't take you around. You know, he got an organic garden, organic farm down there.
Yes, sir.
He got the kind of animals down there on the birds plantation that you never see.
Yes,
because they're protected. You never see them. I saw a flying squirrel when I was down there. I'm talking about just regular. I mean, a old red squirrel just flying from tree to tree. I said, man, you know, you can't. He wouldn't be flying around here.
Yeah,
they had him on the wall inside.
To be fair, I wouldn't if I was a flying squirrel. I wouldn't fly around here either.
But he got a lot of artifacts down there. We had a intern group that we took down there years ago.
Yes, sir.
He got a slave cemetery down there because he had a lot of ancestors down there, a lot of relations.
And that's the thing about District 1 and Newton County period is it's rich with history. I mean, there's a whole lot out here. And Newton County is really diverse county now. I mean, you can see it in today's world just walking around.
Right. Well,
just like Atlanta is recognized as one of the most diverse cities in the South. It's the capital of the South. It's the Empire State of the South. Right.
You're right about that. And look, the area you are living in is going to be some kind of area.
That's right. It's very rural. It's a very rural area. District 1 is from over there where Baxter is, and it comes all the way south on Jackson Lake, which is over towards where we live.
That's a long way.
That's right. And then it shoots right up back westbound, 162, 212, all the way over to Oak Hill. So it's a very large district. It is, and a lot of constituents.
I think it's the largest.
That's right. And I believe so. Yes, sir. And District 5 is coming up real close to it. But with that being said, I mean, it's a very diverse district. It stretches along a very wide area, and there's a lot of voices to be heard. And that's the benefit of me being so young, is I have the energy and the time to go around and actually talk to these people and make sure they're heard. That's what it really comes down to. And you know, there's major issues going on in Newton County. Anyone that lives here is familiar with it. You have the landfill that's leaking. It's costing us as taxpayers a lot of money, a whole lot of money. So, you know, it was kind of treated like a used car. You know, when you're going to trade in a car, you don't change out the tires. So, you know, they planned so much to privatize it, and it just got out of control. And we have leaks that are going into the Yellow River and coming down to Jackson Lake and affecting all the homeowners down there. So, you know, that needs to be fixed. That's right. We live
less than a half mile from there.
Do you? Okay. So
we smell it every day.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
We see it every
day. Live with a
heart. The buzzards know when it closes.
That's right. Yes,
they come out through there about 10 minutes to 5 every evening. They see 200 buzzards in there.
Yeah, I believe it.
And they know when it closes. But I think, and this is just my personal opinion, because we live on top of it, and we see it. We hear all the trucks.
That's right.
We hear every truck. And then we see all this other stuff. And it's got to be such a big political football that landfill has. Like the $800,000 they just spent to seal off a hole that blew out.
That's right.
But the pump wouldn't hold the water, and it was never built to hold the water, so you had to get insurance to pay for what you lost, but it was never going to pay the $800,000 back. So the $800,000 that you spent, and the water went on, the sewage went on in the river,
regardless.
Anyway,
Yep,
so you just,
it's
you know,
it's wasted money,
and you can't. What can you do about it? I mean,
that's right.
You can't close it. It's never going to close.
Can't close it. I'll tell you what we've been doing, and by we I mean several people in the community. We've had a couple come down from the Spring Hill community. We went down to Lamar County and we looked at what they're doing, and they're actually to a point where they are incinerating. And I don't want to. They blast it so hot that it just turns into an ash. It doesn't produce any extra gases or any. It doesn't, you know, it's not a hazard, and that the EPD would be involved with. So they're actually to the point they can, let's use the term burn, even though that's not what it is, but they're able to burn it so fast that not only what they're bringing in is getting burned, but they're digging up the current landfill. And the lifespan of that landfill is just, I mean, when you really look at the numbers, I mean, we're talking 1,000 years. I mean, that's not on paper, but they're reversing what we're doing, and we're adding while they're removing.
But have they did anything like that yet?
That's what they're currently doing. That's
operable now.
Yes, sir. That's what Lamar County does now. And you know, with that, they have cheaper tipping fees. They also They did remove convenience centers, though, and I know that's a big issue here in Newton County. There's a lot of people that love the convenience centers.
This county is 3 times larger than Lamar County.
That is right, but
and they only have 20,000 people down there.
yes, sir.
We got 100,000 here.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
And
we're gonna have problems with this garbage closing those landfills. What we got here, let me tell you, in the city of Covington,
yes, sir.
the city of Covington stopped picking up sofas and chairs.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yeah,
here.
I find them down there. Trust me. I
Right.
see them all over 36.
They stopped picking up sofa and chairs right here in town.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you got rental property. You rent the property,
Hmm.
and the people move. They take their sofa and chairs and leave them outside the road.
Or on the interstate.
The city is not gonna pick them up.
That's right.
Okay, so they wind up on my property because I got a vacant lot down the street.
Right.
The city comes around and give me a ticket for a sofa and chair. They come off your property, and you know it wasn't your stuff, and
Mhm.
somebody else did, and they track it. You got a 3-way track.
That's right.
And okay, so the city of Covington, city of Covington said, well, and this was a woman 70 years old. Was involved in 70 years old who rented the property. So she didn't know nothing about it. Well, they said, well, you got to clean it up. You got to do this. You got to do this. It's going to cost $6,000. You need to clean it up.
Mhm.
So she get people to clean it up, and people, you know, just stop the lien from going on the house. But then they go ahead and keep the lien on the house. And she gets somebody to work on it every time she get a check. She gets somebody to work on it, take a little off here and take a little off there. But at the same time, other people treating it as this is a dump.
Oh, yeah.
So she don't never clean it.
Hmm.
Okay, so the mayor was Covington and the city council. They said, well, we're going to start back picking up on the individual. If you got hardships, we'll pick it up.
Hmm.
So they start back picking it up because this whole town started looking like a big litter bug. You've seen the highways now.
Oh, yeah.
When the governor said 4 or 5 years ago that we got to cut back on funds and we're not going to pick up trash on the interstate.
Hmm.
He did that for a while. Well, the state highways, if you know he wasn't picking up trash on the interstate, the state highways down 162.
Hmm.
Man,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it looks like. And the county picks up some, but not on these state highways. But what we got out there, I think we got a major problem out there.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the landfill.
Well, and you know, I think it all comes down. I know we can make it work if we focus on the transition. You know, we don't need to make the mistake of removing convenience centers and then adding curbside pickup. There needs to be a period where they're both cooperating with each other. We can't just have one and expect it to work right. So what I like to see is if we convert to curbside, we need to keep convenience centers open so people have places to take their mattresses, people have places to put their couches, you know, all their bulk items.
Right.
And then we can slowly transition from the convenience centers to getting those bulk items to the landfill. And, you know, we have to start off by making sure everything gets weighed that enters the landfill, everything, because we're taking so much trash from other counties
Free.
for
We're doing
free.
that.
That's
We're doing
right,
that now.
exactly. And it
Well, I'm
doesn't
talking
need
about
to
we're
happen.
taking
Oh, I know it.
tonnage.
I know it.
I mean,
Sure
the
is.
trucks never stop.
That's right. And that's it.
They come out down my way. I don't know where they're coming from. Monticello.
Oh yeah, you know
Morgan
they
County,
come.
they may
They'll
be
coming
coming out of
from
Macon.
all over. You
They
never
be coming
know.
out of New Orleans.
That's
With
right.
some hazardous waste.
Yeah, right.
You know. But see, it's my thing is this. The solid waste committee, it's gonna be so corrupt. I mean, it's just it's impossible because it's gonna be so political. And the reason I say it's gonna be so political, we hadn't appointed one yet, and it's been what, a year, and it's gonna be so political to get it started. Then they're gonna wanna, you got to throw the bond to fund it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
right.
down at Baxter, we spending money down there. I mean, we spending money that we don't have.
Oh yeah.
To run
And
the
we're
what is
running
it?
out.
And I don't know where it's gonna come from. Maybe we ought to move back to Conyers.
But no, you know, Newton County, it's going to turn around, and everything you said is right. That Solid Waste Authority will need a bond. It's going to, you know, it's got to be treated like a child until it's up on its feet. It's the same thing that happened with the Water Authority, you know, and it gets to a point where,
But it's a lot different in the water authority than garbage.
well, yeah, I mean, yeah, there is a lot of difference, but as
because-
far as getting, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, well, once we get the Solid Waste Authority started, what the beautiful thing about the Solid Waste Authority is it gives the people a voice again. That way, you no longer.
Well, and supposedly everybody who's on the solid waste authority is former politicians or got connection with certain politicians.
Well, the Solid Waste Authority hasn't been bound yet. It hasn't been founded yet. It's
Right.
they're trying to reactivate it, and there's gonna, from what I understand, they're gonna have spaces for a member from the community of Covington, Porterdale, Spring Hill community, and then there will have to be a couple per Georgia law. There will have to be a couple politicians in there,
Right.
elected officials, and that could be anybody. It could be Sheriff Brown. It could be Mayor Ronnie Johnston. It could be myself if I'm elected. So it's, there will be politicians on there. There has to be at least 3, I believe. Okay, but the rest are going to be members of the community. It's going to be people that you go shopping with, people you see at the store, people you see at the movie
Okay, well,
theater.
what about the $25 million they talk about right now that we could possibly be owing people who sued us months ago? You know,
The litigation.
you familiar with that?
Yes, sir. And I'm still doing all the research on that, because obviously 25 million, that's not coming from one person.
Where's it going to come from?
Yeah, well, I'm talking about suing. Why those people are suing. Each one's a
It's
special
over,
case.
but the suit is
Yeah.
over. Suit
Yeah,
is
so
over.
exactly. So the money's got to be paid up. The beautiful thing about the Solid Waste Authority is if we mimic what Lamar County is doing, Lamar County, with that ash that they're making,
Where did they get their money from initially?
well, that's what I believe they had $10,000 or $20,000 that the county spent on the Solid Waste Authority, period. Then it turns into an enterprise fund, which is much like a business. So you'd pay every 3 months, you pay, say, $20 every 3 months for the garbage to be collected. And then that's it, unless you do a tipping fee unless you manually go down to the landfill yourself. But with the ash they're doing, the county or the Solid Waste Authority is able to take that ash, and they've experimented with it, and they've shown me these plastic devices that they're able to make. They can make things out of plastic.
Is this what Pratt is doing, the same thing?
No, sir. Pratt is burning it, which is why I said I didn't want to use the word burn. They do burn it, but it's the same gasification that Pratt does use. That's right. If you're familiar with Pratt, that's good. Her father works down at Pratt. He's over the gasifier down there. So pretty familiar with that. And what they're doing is they're taking that ash, and that ash they're able to make it into a plastic, which is lighter and cheaper.
So it won't kill me.
That's right. Yeah, it's not going to be toxic.
Let me tell you, I know 40 people right there living in less than a half a mile that's on oxygen right
from
now.
Pratt?
No, at the
From the
landfill right now.
Okay.
That's on
Damn.
oxygen.
That's
And
right.
A woman asked me this morning, what was wrong with so-and-so? Won't call his name. I said, well, I don't know. Other than the landfill,
Mhm.
I don't know what could be wrong with him. I said, he can't breathe and he's losing weight.
Mm-hmm.
And we got 10 people right there. We got 4 on our
That's not
street.
good. And that's even more reason why we need to jump on this fast.
Yeah, well,
Because people, it's when it starts affecting lives. I mean, there's no telling what we're drinking.
we're going to set up a solid waste authority that don't know nothing about solid waste. And we're going to pattern ourselves behind somebody who just started in the solid waste business. Is that what you're saying?
No, sir. That's
Is
not
that-
at all
is that
what we're
what
saying.
you-
We're going to have professionals on the Solid Waste Authority that
Oh,
are familiar
professional.
with it. That's right.
Like who?
We don't have a name
Like
yet.
3 politicians.
Well, no. And that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to tell people is I'm not a professional landfill. This is why I'm having to research it. And that's why I'm having to go to places like Lamar and Butts County to learn about it. But
Look, I'm going to let you walk with me.
Okay.
And I'm going to take you to some of these people who can't breathe.
Oh, yeah.
And you can smell the landfill from
Please
their
do.
house.
Oh, yeah. I smell it when I'm out there patrolling. Trust me.
Yeah.
I know. I'm very familiar with what it smells
Oh,
like.
you are? Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
and you smell it.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean-
yeah.
I
And
mean,
it's
you
all
smell-
over.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not.
You know, it's a landfill
Yeah.
around here somewhere.
And that's why you try to hang out, or that's why I try to patrol around General Mills. It smells a little nicer over
Yeah.
there. It smells like cereal. But another big issue we're having is public safety. You know, we have on a normal day, we have 4 ambulances for 105,000 people. Are you familiar about that?
Yeah, but I think that's changing since we got FEMA out there, don't you think?
Well, no, it's the same.
You seen the new ambulance
Yeah.
trucks
Yeah.
with Piedmont wrote on the side of it?
Yes, sir. But those aren't new trucks. Don't let it fool you. Those are new logos. It's a new brand. Yeah, trust me. It's a new brand. And if you
4 ambulances.
yeah, we have 4 for 105,000. You realize what? If we have 2 wrecks, which isn't uncommon, if we have 2 wrecks in the county, that's 2 ambulances gone right there. So now we have 2 more ambulances.
When I see one out here off of New Cut Road, flat shows.
Yes, sir.
Right there at the firehouse. When I see ambulance there,
Mhm.
and then I see 2 over here at the hospital,
Mhm.
and then I see another one down by the jail. You mean that's all I've seen all 4 of them?
That's right. Are you seeing all those in the same day?
Yeah, I see two down here, one over here, one over there.
That's right.
All four of them.
4. Yes, and sometimes it's 3. And
so-
that's if you know Travis Moore. Travis Moore is running for candidacy in District 5. He's a paramedic, works for Piedmont Newton. That's directly from his mouth. And I spoke to a captain yesterday, a captain with Piedmont Newton Ambulance Services, says the same exact thing. So I mean, they're not making this up. I mean, we're hurting. And the sheriff's office, look at the sheriff's office. We have 8 patrol zones in the county. Okay. A couple nights ago, we only had 5 deputies, 5 patrolling deputies. So that's 3.
What do you mean? I don't know. 5 people in cars. Like
that's right. When
like
you call
4
911, you're getting 5 people. That's it.
And
5 people.
Why is that? They won't fund them. What?
Well, no, we don't, and it's not Sheriff Brown's problem. Sheriff Brown's doing the best he can, but with the current commission, they're not. You're right. The sheriff is not getting the funding he needs. People are leaving for higher paying law enforcement jobs. Newton County is one of the lowest paid.
Yeah.
We don't have as many applicants as we used to have. People don't want to do this job. No one wants to be a cop. It's hard and it pays terrible. So we got to do something to encourage more people to apply, keep those deputies in the current position, not to mention the firefighters. I mean, we just let go of all the volunteer firefighters. We got to bring more firefighters in.
You should have told me I was in front of you.
You're fine. I'm not worried about that. Not so worried about my face, but
hey, look, we're sitting here talking with Nathan Bradley, Trooper Nathan Bradley. He's a member of the Georgia State Patrol, and he patrols here in Newton County and all around the state. And you're listening to WGFS 1430 AM. If you want to see him, you go to YouTube and punch in Thy Brother and Sister's Keeper. You get a chance to see exactly who you're speaking with. And Trooper Bradley, Mr. Bradley is getting ready to qualify to run for District 5 right here in Newton County Commission. And District 5.
District 1, I'm sorry.
District 1, I'm sorry. District 5 is where what the man name is qualified?
For District 5, his name is Travis Moore.
Travis Moore, yeah, but he's in District 1. District 1 encompasses the hub. People familiar with the hub and Graves Chapel. You go right across I-20, Graves Chapel. We got
Mansfield, Newbern.
It's
a lake and
all of that.
Plains.
Come all the way back up to Rocky Plains. And we our church is in that district. And we going to see exactly what he's going to do and see exactly what come election day. Election day is election qualifying. This is what you said.
It's the 7th, March 7th through 11th.
Uh-huh.
Voting for your local government is actually going to be May 24th. It's going to be a Tuesday, like every other election day. But May 24th.
May 24th, that'll be you too,
that's
right?
That May 24th is when you vote in your local and state government.
Uh-huh.
And that's the primary. It's not to be confused with presidential primaries, which is this Tuesday.
Right, presidential primary this Tuesday. But the local primary, that includes the county commissioners, the clerk, the clerk of court, the tax commissioner, the probate judge, state representatives, state senators, and Congressman
mayors,
Johnson.
everything.
All of them will be up on May 24th.
Yes, sir.
But we're going to be keeping you informed. We're sitting here talking with Nathan Bradley, and he's a candidate for District 5 in the Newton County Board of Commissioners. Hey, you're listening at the brother of our brothers and sisters keeper. We're going to cut away here for 1 minute.
For car or truck, just visit Ken at 5190 Highway 278. Again, call 770-786-2671. Once you shop again, you'll buy again and again.
GFS 1430 AM on your radio dial, or go on YouTube. You can pick us up on YouTube. Go to YouTube, our brothers and sisters keeper, and you can pick us up right there on YouTube. Or you can, if you got a cell phone, you can dial us on the cell phone and pick us up. Let me see where we are on the cell phone. I believe it's, what is it? Here it is right here. It is 641-552-5091. It's 641-552-5091. You can pick us up on the cell phone anywhere in the world. Or you can go on YouTube and pick us up anywhere in the world. You get a chance to see Mr. Nathan Bradley and Mrs. Nathan Bradley. They're newlyweds, and they're live out here in rural Newton County is where they live. The same place I do live in, rural Newton County. And they're in District 5. District 1. I'm in District 5. That's why I keep saying 5. I'm in District 5. And I'm out here near the landfill. He out near the Promised Land.
I like that.
Hey, well, go ahead, tell why should somebody vote for you?
I'll tell you why. Because, one, let's start off with the obvious. 70% of the county budget is made up of public safety. Okay, it's going towards public safety. You're going to want somebody that's in office that knows what is waste and what's needed. Okay, because we're not, when people hear public safety, I don't think a lot of people are connecting the dots. This is when you call 911, you're looking for help. Looking for it, and we cannot neglect public safety. You can't, whether it's police, fire, or ambulatory services. They're all necessary. You need them. Okay, and I'm that guy for that. Also, all these people in the county I already work with, spent time with them. So I work with them all the time. I work with transportation as far as the buses go or the roads go. I work with the paramedics. I work with the firefighters. I work with the deputies. I work with the sheriff himself. And so when someone points out that, I lack experience, that's not true. I lack experience in sitting on the board of commissioners, but as far as out here working, doing the things that you look for in a politician, or what politicians should be doing if they say they want to represent you, I'm already one step ahead on that. Okay. Also, another thing that's been brought up is my age, and I've been arguing my age. Age should not intimidate you when it comes to voting. Okay. There's a lot of police officers that are out there that are my age, younger. How many soldiers are out there fighting for this country?
All of them.
Yeah, many of them, my generation. Exactly. Yeah, many of them. Yeah, exactly. You want my age. So the way I see it, if it's not so much to ask my generation to serve you on law enforcement, running into burning houses, or going across overseas and fighting for your freedom, why is it so much to ask us? Why does it mean so much if we want to represent you? That's a very simple request. And, I'm out here. Stephanie and I pay taxes just as much as the next person. And, I know from my experience, what I've noticed about myself is when someone asks me to do something, I do it. That's how I was trained with Atlanta Police. That's how I was trained with the Georgia State Patrol. And nothing.
You was on Atlanta Police Force?
Yes, sir, for 2 years. I worked off of Bakehead Highway. I worked evening watch up there. So, yes, sir. So not D4L's recording studio was on my beat. So
what about the Blue Flame?
Yeah. I can't comment too much. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm very familiar with the Blue Flame. Right, you're talking right there off of Donald Lee Hollowell, and not too far from 285. I'm very familiar. Yes, sir. Yes, Blue Flame. Been there in a professional capacity many times. Never been off duty, but I have responded to many calls there. And Center Street, if you're familiar with Center Street, we also patrolled MLK. We did Perry Boulevard, Northside Drive, The Bluff, Vine City, English Avenue. Familiar with all that. Loved it. I enjoyed it up there.
What about up around by Castleberry? You be up and down Fast Street?
Yeah, I've been on Castleberry. Yes, sir. Have been.
They were in the building over there.
Yeah, that wasn't my beat.
But you went to Simpson, you went Joe Boone with.
Simpson, yes, sir. Jay Boone, J Lo, did all of that right there. Joseph Lowry, Joseph Boone. But yeah, I'm familiar. You know, when you ask the Atlanta cop, we know what Simpson Street is or Sunset. We know everything about that. But it's it's Bank has a very different place now. It's not what it used to. And all the old school gangsters will tell you, they're like, these young cats. They'll tell you the difference is, old school gangsters, when police came, they had respect. They still shown respect. But with these juvenile gangs, they don't care who you are. They do not care. It's a different world, and
it's a different world. You're right.
It is, and it's all over. It's all over.
And Asian.
Oh yeah,
white,
yep.
Latino. It doesn't matter. All
doesn't matter. It's disrespect is disrespect, and that's it.
Saying everything, they're looking at anything, and you can't say nothing to them.
That's right. Cannot. They ain't trying to listen to you. They're not, and they're.
You have to be careful.
That's right. Have to. That's for everybody. That's not just law enforcement. That's everybody needs to be alert.
Right.
And
you know.
Yep.
I'm gonna just tell you that. My wife said I'm a target.
Yeah.
Because I'm an old man.
Telling you, you got to be
careful. I said, well, they might think I got my hand on the pistol. But she said, you're a target.
Yeah. Well,
get out. Don't stop at these stores over here. You don't stop.
So you don't stop there. Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Ain't no truth, but look, I don't care where you stop. Then you can get popped anywhere.
Anywhere. Yeah, that's right. It is.
In the store, like this boy from Covington the other week. You remember? He was in the store. Some man coming out disgruntled with the owner, shot the owner. You break and run. He shoot at you and having to hit you in the head and kill you up there in Conyers. You know that? You know, and all of us sitting up in church and get killed. You know,
it's
you just got to have some Jesus with you.
That's exactly it. Is our country's separating from God, and you notice that it's targeted. Christians are being targeted. If you mention God in any public forum, oh no, you can't talk about God, can't do it. You know, separation of church and state. That's what everyone screams.
What do you think God think about that landfill out there in my neighborhood?
Yeah.
I think about people want to come out there and tell me what to do.
That's right. That's right. I can't speak for God. Yeah. You're right.
But let me tell you what we think about it. We think it should just go on and privatize it, give it to people who know what to do it. Get your little change out of it, because you can make $5 million. Get your little change out of it for the county. You relieve yourself of the debt. EPA gonna sooner or later come in, because all you gotta do is blow up out there one time or catch a fire. And what you gonna do with them 90 houses?
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, because this is my thing with privatizing. I see it. I've heard it.
Yeah.
If you privatize, what's going to keep them from expanding landfill? Because landfill's going to be there. We've already established that at the beginning of our interview. It's not going away.
So we put that on the contract that it won't be expanded.
Well, there's laws that say they can. So that's what I'm saying. It's hard to say you can't expand when they are legally right to. I mean, if they own the property,
the contract.
That's right.
They don't own the property. The owner of the property, they can deal with the property that they own.
Exactly. But if they wanted to go across the street, they're allowed to. That's per Supreme Court. So that's my issue. Not only that is,
if they don't own the land across the street, they can't.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
If they don't own the land across the street, they can't.
There's an appeal process, which is, I think, what Chairman Ellis was looking at was it's the same thing with the neighborhood. You know how they were told us, and you can't build. Got to have these minimum lots. If they appeal, they're going to win. And I know Chairman Ellis knew that. I knew it, and I wasn't even up there. So you got to look at, there's so many laws that pertain to the legality of expanding. And let me ask you this. If it's privatized, is it going to smell any better? Trash is trash.
No, but if it's privatized, maybe some of these houses will get bought out of there. Away from there.
Oh, you're saying you're hoping they'll buy it?
Yeah. Because eventually you're either gonna be sitting there. It's like gonna be sitting right across your house is across the street from the landfill. You can't afford to move. Once they find out it's a hazard to your health, after 2 people have died in your house, and they find out 20 years from now, well, it was really a hazard to your health, and it's gonna be like trying to get reparations back. It never happened because everybody died out and moved. And then, like you said, then it may become But what I'm saying is that putting people in charge of that landfill that don't know nothing about it, we did that for the last 30 years.
Mhm.
See, we were out there when they said we're gonna close this landfill in 30 years. When they built that landfill, they said they'll close it in 30 years. It's been 36 years. When they built it, and you want us to let these same folk turn it over to somebody else.
No, what I
and wait till
want
we die.
is, I'll tell you, the one gentleman, you may know him, his name slips my mind. He now works in Macon. He used to be over the landfill. You know who I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, the one who was losing $6 million a year.
What's his name?
I don't know.
If I heard it ring.
Wiley or something like that.
No, not Watley. I'm talking a couple before. This guy's been down at Macon for a while now. He's done a fantastic job, and he's doing a fantastic job with Macon now.
But he
if
was here 30
we-
years.
I don't know how long he's been here. I don't know. But he wasn't the county manager. He was just landfill manager. But
They killed somebody at that landfill. Not killed. Somebody got ran over at the landfill.
oh no, yeah,
See, it used to be you could drive your car in there and
Mhm.
throw the garbage out.
that's right.
You know, a while back. 10 years ago. We live right on top of the landfill. We drive in. I'm taking garbage off every 2 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
But see,
Drive
and it's those type of practices. You got to remember, we're trying to recover from years of that type of practice.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
down.
saying?
We
So
have- we are-
if
we-
that's what I'm saying, if we get everything lined and we start doing things the right way per the
right way,
recommendation,
You got a landfill out there that's for 200 acres unmined.
yeah, and
And then
we
they
got.
can't nobody pay for it. Where we gonna
That's what
get
I'm
that
saying.
money
We
from?
got. Well, that's what I'm saying. With the SWA, there'll be an enterprise fund. It'll be run like a business.
Where that enterprise money coming from?
It's not coming from taxes. I'll tell you that much. Well, that's what I was talking about, the ashes and how they can make plastics. They sell those plastics and they're able to generate revenue.
In
You
10
see where I'm
years-
going now?
in 10 years.
I'm sure in 10 years, Lamar's
Okay,
done
what
it.
am I doing up under 10 years?
The same thing that privatized company will have you
Wait,
do.
wait,
Just
wait,
sit there and
wait.
hold your
You know
breath.
what the mayor Porterdale said? The mayor Porterdale, Honorable Arlene Chapman. said,
Mm-hmm.
And she's getting ready for the landfill to be expanded or whatever. She was at that time. And trash trucks were coming right through the heart of Porterdale.
Mm-hmm.
Trash blowing off and
Tearing up roads and everything.
Yeah. So they did some kind of break, some kind of ordinance to stop them coming through because of the break. She said she's sitting down there at the restaurant in Porterdale. Porterdale has grown a lot under Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
She said, excuse me, she didn't know whether to cover her food up or her face. She comes out and it was, it tickled me, but
Yeah,
you
she's.
sit out there and you'd be coughing like I'm coughing now.
I know it.
Why?
I know it.
It's just unfortunate.
I just, and
And we getting ready to be really screwed this time, I think. Screwed.
that's right. It's
I
an
think we
important
could have been
election.
mixed up.
It is, and
And
but-
we got, and you look, and we got what? Three board, three
3 commissioner spots, a chairman spot open.
changing.
That's right. But here's
And
my.
they may change this before then.
Yeah, they still have a year left.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's no telling what they can do. But here's my thing, privatizing, right?
Yeah.
They're in it for a reason. They're not coming in for help. They don't care about
It's
mankind. They don't,
really-
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't care about health. They don't,
But
They're
it
in
could
the-
be no worse than we are now.
well, but do you want to think like that though? That
I
it,
don't want
I
to
mean,
think like that. I
so,
don't want to think like that, but all I know it's been 30 years.
that's
And
right.
We won't get another 30 years of this because we can stop it at 20.
But here's why I brought up.
And we don't have the $20 million.
Well, that's why I brought up gasification. Okay, one, if we start weighing everything that comes in, okay, we're gonna start getting. We're no longer paying for people from Monticello dumping the trash, people from Jackson dumping the trash.
No, because all their trash already up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if we start gasification, it uses electricity to burn it. I mean, it zaps it, turns into a dust.
You've
Okay.
seen that.
I've seen it. Yes, went down. That's what Lamar County does.
20, I think Lamar County is some kind of political farce that has been set up for us to go look at. That's why it took a certain group of folk down there,
Mhm.
including you.
Oh, I signed up for it.
And
Yeah.
And they handpicked 5 or 6 black people to go down there to live in the area.
I think they signed up too, though.
I know
Yeah.
they-
Okay.
Well, how did they know about
Yeah.
it? Why I didn't know about it? Why the radio man?
Tell
me that.
Well, I'd love to
radio
take you
man?
down there. But they've done this. I mean, it's not like something they just did last weekend and said, "Hey, come out and
I
look."
know everybody's been down.
Yeah, it's. I mean, but the thing is, when you're at the landfill, you don't see any buzzards, you don't smell any trash, because they're burning. They're getting rid of it. It completely zaps it. Gets rid of the bacteria. It gets rid of the gases. It burns the gases.
You know, that sounds so sweet.
You got to come out and see it. I'm telling you, I didn't believe it.
I tell you, I've been out there my God.
Well, then what'd you think of it?
I think it's a farce. I think it's a sham. I think it's a con game.
I don't. What would they get out of it?
Because it's another politician that got you going down there. Who I ain't
actually,
call.
it's
who
not.
I'm not
It's
gonna call.
it's actually a.
I'll tell you later. Remember when I told you about straight shooting?
That's right.
I'll tell you later.
It wasn't a politician that took me down there.
I'm gonna tell you how everybody went down there. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that
I'll
one.
let you see the light.
But
And
my
they don't
question
want you to
is.
sit up here with me, because I'm putting the light on it.
Yeah. Well, we'll put the light on. Well, let me finish
I can't
this
put
point.
The light on it on here.
Okay. But let me make this point first. What does Lamar County get out of it? That's because I've heard people say that the conspiracy, like, oh, they're trying. What do they get out of it? They don't get paid anything. It's not a product they're selling. They're just saying, hey, this is what we're doing. Whatever you want to do, fine. But this is what we're doing. So that's why it's hard for me to believe that, because Lamar gets nothing out of it. They don't get a dime. So that's the point. And I haven't had anyone tell me yet what they get out of it. And that's why it's hard for me.
It's probably not Lamar County. It's probably an individual.
Probably so. Probably so. I can agree with that
got
one.
name right in my head.
I believe it. I believe it.
You know, that's what it is. And see, as soon as it flip and go that way, bam, everybody started having gold teeth in the mouth.
But it's kind of like, it's just like what you said about privatizing. Could it be worse than what we have?
I don't know. I've been sitting there 30 years, but it won't be for 30 years.
Right.
These people said they will close the landfill in 30 years. It's been 36.
See, I don't live up there near you, but I want you to understand it's just as important to us, which is why I'm throwing in, because
You wouldn't stay out there a week where I
Here's
stay.
the thing, but
You would not stay a week.
you're right, and that's why I didn't move out there.
And what about the kids?
But here's the thing: it's leaking into the river, right?
What about the kids?
I understand, but here it leaks to a river, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that river come to? A lake.
The river, look.
Hold on, but here's the thing.
That lake already been polluted before that river come down to that.
But
the water polluted when it come out.
But here's the thing: we're on well water. You don't think that's gonna affect us?
Wait a minute. Let me tell you, man. It ain't nothing you can tell me about a well.
Yeah, oh yeah,
I'm on well water all my
exactly.
life.
So you can see the connection.
I can't drink this water.
We don't drink the water. We've had it. We are not drinking the water.
Last 2 weeks.
But what I'm saying is, my skin is in the game.
Our water been so muddy. We've been buying water.
Yeah, that's all we do. We buy water.
I'm talking about for everything.
Yes, we buy bottled water for boiling and everything.
You got all kind of filters out the well.
I'm telling you.
You got them under the house. You got one right there at the spigot.
I'm with you.
And then it still come out.
You get the build up and everything. I
still
trust
come out of there. Look.
But the point I'm making is, I got just as much skin in this game as you. I don't deal with the smell, but we're being poisoned just as much as the next guy.
Oh, now you telling me I'm being poisoned.
I believe it. Did you see that landfill?
I know that, man.
I ain't telling you something you don't know.
Let me tell you, it's 80 people out there on the well.
I know it.
I can't wait to come out.
I know it.
Well and septic tank.
Yep.
And look, we've had serious problems here in the last 6 months with the mud in the water, because the ground.
It's saturated.
Oh man.
Yep.
I went out there yesterday. Yep. And so many deer tracks out there, and the deer hoofs are down
deep. Yep, I know it.
It's just,
I'm telling you, we've been dealing with the flooding issues and everything.
Yeah, and I was thinking about a garden. Hey, let me go talk to my listeners. Hey, nope, I ain't got hot up in here today. I got a new friend up in here, I think. He and his wife, Stephanie Bradley, they live here in Newton County, and we invited him on here. He's running for county commissioner out in District 5, and we welcome him. Hey, you're listening to the Brother and Sisters Keeper. The sister's not in. She's down at Macedonia Church, emceeing a Black History program. Go down there and see her. I hope she decide to stop by here. Also, Gathering of the Gifted won't be on today. Our sister Siesta is a little under the weather, but she's not too under the weather. She may call in, and we may let her, or if she want to, she can talk to you on there. But Gathering of the Gifted won't be on today. She's generally on between 4 and 5. I'm sitting here. I told Mr. Bradley this is a mom and pop operation, and he's finding out for sure. He's been here almost an hour. Yeah, we're gonna get him. Don't worry, we're gonna set him some ass. Don't worry, we're gonna have him all over the radio with his well and everything else. Hey, you're listening at the brother of the Brothers and Sisters Keeper. We want you to call your friends and tell them to tune in.
Hey, Sonia, I heard you had a wonderful party. How did you get it going so well at the last minute?
If you're having a party, anniversary, or any type of affair, have it catered by Charlotte.
countyarts.org. Our telephone number is 770-786-8188. And you can certainly follow us, like us, and share with us on Facebook.
Hey, you're listening back at the
We
brother.
have 4 primary
Let me cut
components of the organization.
Hey, you're listening back at the brother.
Regional Ballet.
You listen, April. You're listening back at the brother. I got it. Thanks. Hey, you're listening back at the brother. You know the brother. How you do? We get ready to let Mr. Bradley and his wife go. His lovely wife, Stephanie. Did I get that right?
That's right. Yes, sir.
Well, we getting ready to let him say goodbye. We're gonna bring him back.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna bring him back. We'll bring him back. What is it now? We'll bring you back after the 11th, after you qualify.
Yeah, that'll work. Sometime either mid or late March. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, we'll bring you back, and we'll let you come in here, and we run an ad. The ad will be running 24/7
Okay.
on YouTube if you decide to get one. But anyway, we just want to thank our listeners for listening. Mr. Bradley has enlightened us about a lot of stuff here, and he's down in District 5, District 1. Sorry, I'm in District 5. I live in District 5. He's down in District 1. District 1 down near the hub and go all the way back up to Stewart Road, Rocket Plain Road, and cut all up around 162.
And anywhere south of Scout Road on 36.
On 36, that's right. And he got the largest acreage district in the county, in District 1. That seat is up for grabs, and he's going to qualify, and perhaps he work hard. You get a chance to meet him, find out how great a fine person he is. I told you exactly who he was. He's the trooper that consoled 2 kids whose parents got killed on the wreck, and he consoled them all night till they went to find their grandmother down in Florida. And mindset he has is unbelievable.
Well, thank you.
We just want to congratulate you on having such a great mindset on that night or whatever
Thank you,
night.
brother. Well, I have to tell you, like I told everyone else, since this is a gospel station that works out perfect,
Yeah.
is I need to make it clear that I was only a tool used by God.
Amen.
None of that was me.
Right.
That was, that's not a normal night. That's not a normal situation. Something told me, and by something, I mean God told me, go answer that call. It wasn't even my area. I don't patrol Morgan County. I don't patrol Jasper. I was in Conyers at the time when it came up. So I was told, go there. And then it just, by the grace of God, step by step, I was given these ideas, do this, do that. And then you saw later in the day when that's not me at all. That's
Well, I believe you too, because there was a lot of pressure, and to have that kind of a mindset and compassion under that kind of pressure. At least I would. I don't know. It's just extraordinary, and I just thank God for people like you.
Well, thank you.
And here, our brothers and sisters, keep us coming in contact with people. My wife always says, no coincidence that we meet some of the best people. And these are newlyweds. Hey,
Yes.
you can tell our audience, see you later. Go ahead.
I appreciate you having me up here, and I appreciate all y'all listening. I want you to know, if you live in District 1, and whether you vote Republican or Democrat, I need you to turn out and vote May 24th. If you are Democrat, it's very important. There's not a Democrat running in District 1, but if you are a Democrat, it's important that you get out and vote for the Republican that most matches your views. And that's the point we're trying to get across, because you need to be represented too. It's not just the Republicans out there that deserve to be heard and have a voice. So go out there, please, if you can, for the local and state primaries. If you vote Democrat, switch over to Republican. Doesn't mean you're a Republican. Switch over to Republican. Let your voices be heard and choose the better candidate for you in District 1. And that's all I ask. And God bless you all. I appreciate you all having me here.
You're not going to let your wife say nothing.
Yeah, she can come on up. Come here, Stephanie. Come say something to the kind people.
Oh, goodness. Oh, gosh.
You can say hello.
I said hello. I'll say goodbye. We both appreciate you having us, and I hope everybody does go vote. Just like Nathan said, go vote for the candidate that best suits you, and I'll do the same. Of course, it's going to be Nathan, but I'll do the same.
Hey, we want to thank you once again for coming in and sharing us with your time. I know you got a busy schedule, and we're gonna have you back in here soon.
Please do.
Maybe you get a chance to meet my wife the next time, because it's her job, it's her station. I just come in when they get hot.
Yes, sir.
When they get hot around here, they call me in here, and that's what I'm in here doing today, holding it down, and hopefully she come through here.
Yes.
This is the sister from our Brothers and Sisters Keeper, and you're listening to your hometown radio station, WGFS 1430 AM.
Hey, Sonia, I heard you had a wonderful party. How did you get it going so well at the last minute?
If you're having a party, anniversary, or any type of affair, have it catered by Charlia and Kayshawn Catering. They are the best.
Oh, that's the one that's owned by Charlotte Lackey Johnson. Was the affair too small for them?
There's no affair too big or too small. They cater to all occasions. They do all types of food. You name
YouTube. That's right. Mute microphone.
sister would go out to the cars and pull out the baskets. And all of us got around the sister's car who had the best food. And you talking about the best potato pie, the best collard green. We had church. But nobody ashamed. But nobody looking at others to see what they had on. They came and they had church. And you know God's going to judge America because we have forgotten about God since he blessed us. And for that reason, I take you back to the old landmark. Well, Jesus on the main line, tell him what you want. Oh, Jesus on the main line. Oh, Jesus on the main line. Well, you just call him up and tell him. Well, Jesus on the main line. Oh, Jesus on the oh, Jesus on the main line. Well, you just call him up and tell him. Yeah, if you sick and can't get well. Oh, if you sick and you can't get well. Oh, if you sick and you can't get well. You can just, yeah, Jesus on the main line. Come on. Oh, Jesus on the main line. Oh, Jesus on the main line. All you do is call him up and tell him. Yeah, if you down and you can't get up, just tell him. Oh, if you down and you can't get up, you just. Oh, if you down and you can't get up, just tell him. You can just. Yeah, Jesus on the main line. Oh, Jesus on the main line. Tell him. Oh, Jesus on the main line. Oh, you just call him up one more time. Come on. If you sick and you can't get well. Oh, if you sick and you can't get well, come on and tell him. Oh, if you sick and you can't get well. Well, you just call him up and tell him that Jesus on the main line. Tell him. Oh, Jesus is on the main line. Oh, Jesus is on the main line. You can just call him up and tell him what you want. Amen, 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 amen. That was Pastor Timothy Fleming. Yeah, Jesus is on the main line. Tell him what you want. That was good. You know, we are glad
still have been able to provide it. Hey, you're listening to the brothers and sisters keeper. We're streaming worldwide. Got a couple of announcements here to read. From Good Hope Baptist Church, Women of Hope ministry here at Good Hope Baptist Church, Pink Pearls and Lace, Empowerment Night, New Era Tea Social. The Women's Empowerment Night will be held Friday evening, March 18th, 2016 at 7 p.m. with special guest Reverend Wendy Smith Martin, Senior Pastor of the Greater Victory Christian Center of Atlanta. The annual New Era Tea Social will be held the following Saturday, March 19th, 3 p.m. I am truly excited at the thought of having you to attend this event, and they look forward to having you there. They want you to RSVP by March 5th. I'll call them at 770-957-8969 or email them at Good Hope Baptist Church. At Good Hope Baptist Church at att.net. att.net. And that's at Good Hope Baptist Church. They got a Lace Empowerment, Pink Pearls and Lace Empowerment Night, annual New Era Tea Social. Hey, we'll be telling you more about that. Hey, you're listening to the brother of our brothers and sisters keeper. Hey, I got some special guests. You see them when they just walked in? Can you see them? They just walked in, and we're going to tell you all about them when I come back. How's that? Hey, call your friends and tell them to tune in to WGFS, 1430 a.m. on your radio dial. This is the brother.
It's 14:30 a.m.
Hey, Sonia, I heard you had a wonderful party. How did you get it going so well at the last minute?
If you're having a party, anniversary, or any type of affair, have it catered by Charlia and Kayshawn Catering. They are the best.
They're too small for them?
There's no affair too big or too small. They cater to all occasions. They do all types
Call your friends and tell them to tune in to WGFS 1430 AM. Tell them to go on YouTube. Go on YouTube, push in YouTube and push in Thy Brothers and Sisters Keeper. That's Thy, Thy, Brothers, BROTHERS, and Sisters, SISTERS, Keeper. And you can view us live. We got a young man in here and his grandfather. We don't get old, man. And the grandfather here, you know, it's Black History Month, and I did a lot of civil rights work back in the day. And this young brother said wanted to come in and I tell him something about some of the Black history, not only in Covington or Newton County, but some Black history that happened in America. I was on the front line with a lot of folks during the Black history movement. But first, let me introduce my guest here, Brother Norman, Carl. I got that right, Carl?
That's right.
And we've been knowing him, we've been friends for 50 years, more than 50 years. Ain't that something, Carl? 50 years, about 45 years we've been friends. And that's something, and not many folk known folk that long. But we happen to be friends, and he got his grandboy, and he'll want to find out a little Black history. And the way you do that is you come to folks who know a little, and I know a little bit about Black history. Introduce yourself and your grandboy.
Well,
Yeah. That's on.
well, my name is Carl Norman, and I'm bringing my grandson, LaRon Anderson, here. He go to school in the Cap school systems. And he called me up and asked me, he said, look here, Granddaddy, I want to ask you some questions and interview you on things, the way things was back in the day, the protest marching, the movement for equal rights. And the first thing that came to me was Forrest Sawyer. So I told him, I said, I tell you what, let me call you back. And I called Brother Forrest, and he said, hey, just bring him up to the radio station and let's put him on the mic. So I called my grandson, and he got nervous right away. He like, what? People gonna hear me? People gonna see me? I said, no, they won't see you, they'll hear you. So you can just be yourself. And he just wanted to ask some questions. And I know Brother Forrest was in the movement, so he didn't have all the answers. And if he don't, he can get the answers. So at this time, this is my grandson, LaRon Anderson.
Yes, my name is LaRon Anderson II, and I'm doing a paper on racism. It's an interview for my teacher for extra credit. And I really wanted to do this to know about the history. So I have my questions, and
You know they can see you, right, LaRon?
Yeah.
I just thought that you know that. Go ahead. I'm just.
Okay. The first question is, what was your first encounter on racism ever?
Well, see, back in the day, we didn't know it was racism. You know, the racism that we was experiencing early, we didn't know it was racism, but it was racism. Like the street I lived on, which is less than a mile from here, it's 3 blocks, was a dirt street. But right there before our house, white people lived in the next house. And up there, their streets were paved. And that's racism. They stopped the street from being paved when it got to where the Black people live, which we would call colored people then. And I didn't know that was racism, but my first experience with racism really wasn't even going to these stores. This building that we're in right now used to be Belt Gallant. You know what Belt, the grocery department store Belts.
Yes, sir.
This used to be a Belts, didn't it, Carl?
That's right.
This used to be a Belts department store right here where this radio studio is. And we had to come in that door back there. We had to come in the back door. We couldn't go in the front door. They had a side door here. I mean, Black people had to come in the back door. And that was one of my first experiences because, like I said, this building here is located less than a mile from where I grew up at. And I guess the first experience of racism was accommodations. People going separate doors. And we went to separate schools too. See, I went to a school where it was all Black. All the teachers black, all the principals black, all the counselors black, all the cooks black, all the students are black. You know, all the coaches, everybody was black. You know, the black school and the white school.
My first experience with racism was right here in Covington, going to the movie theater. We had to go all the blacks had to go into the back, walk up the steps, and sit above everybody else. But they always put us up high on a pedestal back then, but we didn't realize it. And ever since then, we were working our way back down from being up on high.
Yes. My third question is, when you were in high school playing football, could the blacks play with the whites?
We did everything we could in this town to play the white team. No, the blacks didn't play with the whites, and the blacks didn't play against the whites. But right at the end of my tenure in high school, around the junior and senior years, the schools began to integrate. They started letting black people go to white schools. And John Robert Hammond, Ricky Hammond, right here in town, he was the first black to play on this Newton County High School team that was right here in Covington. That's where I grew up, in Covington. But I came out of Murphy High School in Atlanta, and the school was segregated there, but they had about 10 blacks out of 2,000 students. And integration was slowly coming to the public schools. It was a big deal because the schools were supposed to be integrated in 1955, but here this was 1970, and they were not integrated down here in Newton County yet.
My other question is, tell me about the protest and the march and your experience on it.
Well, they had a march here in Covington in Newton County. The march, the students started the march. Because when they called us, when they came over to the school, the superintendent came over to the school and said, the school's going to be integrated next year. This school will be closed, turned into another kind of school. These teachers, we don't know where they're going. This principal, we don't know where he's going. These football coaches, we don't know where they'll be teaching at. And so they were going to lose their jobs. And he was saying that we would just have to go over to the white school. And they was going to integrate the school the next year. The next year was 1971. It was the fall of 1970. So after he came over there and talked to us so ruthless, the students walked out of school that same day. About 800 students walked out, high school and elementary, and came to town, marched all the way from the high school over at our cousin to the Covington Square, saying that they wanted answers into where the teachers were going to be at next year and what kind of accommodations the students were going to have next year. And that started a big march.
Yes. My fourth question is, how do you feel about racism now? Do you think it got worse, or is it still the same?
What grade are you in, LaRon?
I'm in 10th.
We see racism right now on so many different levels that we don't even know that we're being treated differently. We got a man running for president right now that don't want yellow people or colored people to even come to this country, want to treat them different. I don't care, these people still got to eat. They're still human. You treat people human. You know, racism is a disease. And when you got people thinking that they are superior to you, they are better than you, that's racism. And that's what these people think. And we can't, I don't think we'll ever eradicate racism, because the Bible has got us, they got us all over, the Arabs fighting, the Muslims fighting the Christians. And then there are different races. But I think most of us will eventually get along. But I think racism, is being so openly, because they right here in Monroe, Georgia, 1946, it was a public lynching, a public hanging, where they hung 4 people, 2 married couples, and one of the women was pregnant, and they cut the baby out of her stomach, and they did that in front of more than 300 witnesses. Because they had a big party down at the bridge. It's called Mooresburg Bridge, and they had a big party down there, and tricked them, brought them down there to the bridge, and lynched them. And nothing done about it. Them people ain't been caught yet. They're trying to catch them now. They're 100 years old, but they're trying to find out who did it now. And that was nothing but racism. And on the jobs right now is racism. Right here in this town in 1970, it was not one black deputy sheriff in 1970. And that hadn't been, what to say, that hadn't been that long ago, 1970. But not one black sheriff here. And not one black deputy. When black people couldn't handle money, it was no black cashiers here. It was just, and that's racism there. You can't handle money because we think you steal. We think you steal because you black. And that's what they used to tell us long ago. And a lot of that has changed, but a lot of that mentality still exists because a lot of people are raising their kids right now to stay away from black kids. It has a lot to do with a lot of other stuff. But if you keep living, you'll see it and experience it because what you have to do is just keep God first. If you can get God focused in your life, you can put up with the racism and help eradicate it because God has power over racism.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask this. Do you think that racism go on all the time, or do you just see it on a regular basis? Every day do you see it?
Well, I'm not going to say this. We just live in a racist society. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to just label everybody racist. But I think racists are out there. We got people right now, right in this presidential election, people are arguing about who can beef what, and that's because of their color. And Martin Luther King said, "Well, I hope one day when you be judged by the content of your character, not the color of your skin." And people are judging people like that. We had a politician months ago said, "Let's keep all the Muslims out of America," and Muslims are happen to be of another race, and just things like that are happening. And we see happening, and it's happening not in 1950 or 60, it's happening in 2016. And you would think that we would have come a lot farther than we already have. But, some of us have. I don't think everybody black is a racist. I don't think everybody white is racist. But racism still is in existence.
Yes, sir. Another question. How do you feel about Donald Trump and his election?
Hey, look, you got a lot of people out there that think like he do. A lot of them. And they filling up every stadium he in. He like the Temptation back in the day. Everywhere he go, the fire marshal had to stop people from coming in. He filled them up. So you know what I learned a long time ago, and I don't want to say this, and I'm gonna just say it mildly, that you don't book a lot of crowds. You got what the man got 30,000 people right over here, and then he said, "Well, I'm gonna be over there tomorrow." He have another 100,000, and he's saying a lot of tough stuff, and people are agreeing with him, and the people that are agreeing with him are, he using his own money. I'm not going to say he buying no election. It's a lot of people think like Donald Trump and want Donald Trump to be the president. And just to prove Obama wrong, they probably will make him the president, because they said, what if President Obama said he won't be the president? And they don't like him, so to prove him wrong. But I don't, I really don't know. All I know is he got a lot of people following him.
Yes.
And he looked like, obviously, he looked like
he's gonna win.
He's gonna be one of the top guys.
That's right. How can you stop it?
you're going to be a force to reckon with.
Yeah, you're going to have to, and look, it's going to have to be other folks that look like him got to come out and say he's wrong. And when you say somebody wrong, truth to power hurts. And somebody, when you put that truth against that power, because he is powerful, but you got to put that truth to power, and it's gonna be painful. And he obviously, you see all the people, people are knocking down people. They're ready to fight to keep them in now.
On that note, we also need, as a people, we need to register to vote.
Yeah.
You have that people protest, they marched, they died, so we can have the right to vote. And here we are, we will not register, and then when it's time to vote, we won't even go cast our vote.
Ain't that a shame?
Something's wrong with that picture, but we complain about everything.
And
so
we don't even want to go vote. How old are you?
I'm 15.
Oh, 15.
Yes, sir.
You got a few more years. But that's right. You're right, Deacon Norman. You're right. If you don't cast your vote, you complain, you don't count. Black people haven't been going to vote here lately. In the last governor's race, and then in race, none of these races they went to vote. I don't know about this race coming up because they may not go vote. If you don't go vote, you're gonna get the trumpster. You're gonna get it.
You're gonna get it.
Yeah, if you don't go vote, because you got to vote. If you don't vote, you don't count. Is what I was told a long time ago. And black people died, beat up, church bombed them 3 little girls they killed in Birmingham at church. What you gonna do about it? Ain't much change. Killed 3 girls in Birmingham 40 years ago. Killed 6 people, 9 people in Charleston, South Carolina year before last.
Mm-hmm.
Now
yes,
what's
at
at church? Now what has anything really changed? They come up in the church and kill 9 people, bomb 3 little girls in Sunday school. Well, now what has really changed? I don't know. I just you just have to stay prayed up and keep Jesus in your heart and be ready, because the devil is lurking and he's out there and he's powerful and he got a lot of money and he's spending it.
And he's looking for people.
That's right. He's looking for people to devour. He needs some helpers.
Yes, sir. And I have one more question, and this is my last question. Who will you vote for? Michelle Nunn?
Michelle Nunn?
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you why Michelle Nunn lost.
Oh, she lost?
That race is over. Michelle Nunn was running for state senate. United States Senator.
Yeah.
Jason Carter was running for for governor. This is in the last local election. You know why they didn't win? They didn't win because black people didn't go vote. And you know why black people didn't go vote? Because they did not embrace Barack Obama. Barack Obama was the only person going to get black people out to vote in that race, in their race. You see what Hillary Clinton did in South Carolina?
Yes.
She embraced Barack Obama. She said, I want to continue to work Barack Obama doing. Nobody's saying Barack Obama got the gas down to less than $2. And nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying Barack Obama got just about the whole unemployment down to 5%. Nobody's saying that. Everybody's saying it was going to happen like that anyway. But when Bush left office, the gas was 4 something. And but what Hillary Clinton doing is embracing the African American president to get the African Americans out to vote, because they will come out and vote. And Obama he's gonna be in this race. He's gonna campaign for her. We could have had a Democratic governor and a Democratic United States senator if they would have had let Barack Obama come in here and campaign for her. Because black people stayed at home. They did not go vote. And it costs money to get black people out to vote, whether you got Barack Obama or not. But they won't go. Black people just ain't going. And they sure ain't going back in no runoff. They just won't go. But you get the president of the United States down here saying, come on, get out here and vote. And you got generating a lot of other people like you and me and your granddad.
Yes.
Just think, you get 10 people. He get 10, I get 10, and each one of them get 10. You know, or just making people aware, and that'll happen. But we're not doing that because we can get disgusted and say, "Hey, look, I'm living pretty good. I ain't begging to go vote. I know people who died, and this, that, and other. But I'm gonna tell them anyway. I know people right now who didn't vote last time. People who smart, who got sense enough to go vote, and didn't. You know. So what I want to do? I sit some people who I sit there and say, "Will you please go vote?" I'll take you. Some friends who I know didn't go vote. Hey man, you get disgusted easy, but see, you have to work on them. And you're in the 10th grade at Southwest DeKalb?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but you know you can go on YouTube and go back over this. Don't forget what I said about here. You got anything else to ask me? You want to give a shout out to all your partners?
No, and no shout out would be needed for them, but they will see it on Monday.
Okay, tell us your whole name and we go to school.
My name is LaRon Antoine. Oh, okay. My name is LaRon Antoine Anderson II, and I go to Southwest DeKalb, class of 2018.
Okay, you're going to get your teacher to look at this too.
Yes, yes, sir.
Hey, we want to thank you, Deacon Norman, Deacon Carl Norman, for bringing your grandchild in here. You know, all you Normans and preachers. Hey, all of y'all preachers except Larry. Larry, pretty good deacon down there, though. Me and him, you know, we take kids. Larry tell you we took a crowd to Morehouse.
No, he didn't tell me.
Larry didn't tell you we took a bunch of young students like him to Morehouse to a football game.
No, he didn't tell me.
Oh, man.
With Tevin.
Didn't tell me either.
Tevin was young then, back in the day. We used to do that, but we, you know, you got to have time and money now. But we had about 10 of them. But anyway, we've been sitting here talking to Reverend Carl Norman and his grandson, LaRon Anderson III. The second. And he's a student at Southwest DeKalb, and we try to enlighten him on a little black history. Hey, you're listening at the brother of that Brothers and Sisters Keeper. You can tune in to us over YouTube. Go to YouTube and put Thy Brothers and Sisters Keeper on, and we'll be right back at you. We want to thank you once again, Reverend Norman, for coming in, and you too, LaRon, and you can come back anytime you want. for being here with us today, and we're gonna have him back in here. So don't worry, we'll get him back in here. We're gonna let him go ahead and do his little project, and we'll get him back in here soon. Hey, if you got anything to tell me or any information I need to know, call me at 678-212-0310. That's 678-212-0310. Hey, the sister might come in. She might be in soon. But in the meantime, we are going to let you listen.
And Sisters Keeper, and you're listening to your hometown radio station, WGFS 14.
Deacon Frederick Johnson. That's F-E-R-D-R-I-C-H, not with the K. He's got the H in it. Hey, Deacon Johnson, how you doing?
Fine. How about you?
All right, you Here, that microphone. What about putting my? Hey, look, I got some questions to ask you, Muster. You scared to answer questions?
No, I can answer.
About this landfill. I had the landfill man in here today.
Which one?
The trooper.
The trooper.
Yeah. Let me see if I can hear you. What the trooper name was? Nathan Bradley. I had him in here. I'm wrong to call him the landfill man. He was in here. He's running for District 1.
District 1. Okay.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
OC. Yeah, not an OC, but
still his seat.
yeah. And he running down there, and we start down there at Grace Chapel and go all the way back up to Oak Hill.
Right.
And him and his wife came in here. You know, he that trooper I told you that them two people got killed.
Right.
On Halloween.
Right.
And he kept the children all night and didn't tell them that the mom and dad were dead. Waited till their grandma got up here from Florida. He was that's who he was, and he young, about 25, 26 years old.
Okay.
Kind of powerful, strong, you know, about 6'3". And say he been in the Atlanta Police Department, and he I hit the Georgia State Patrol out there by us.
Okay.
Yeah, said you know he put me with the landfill.
Okay.
And so he smelled that landfill all the time. And but he went down there. He was telling me about Lamar County, and I was telling him how it was going to be so political, even if you get authority. It's going to be political because them people don't know nothing about the landfill.
They don't know. They don't know.
They don't know nothing about the landfill, you know. And just turn the landfill. We ain't making no money now. Turn the landfill over to somebody who, even though they're going to make money. We ain't making none, and we getting ready to spend a lot, and it's getting ready to be a nasty landfill still. We ain't going to never get out of that. We got, right now, I know 10 people right now, count my street and Moat Road, not Moat Road, Morningside, that's on oxygen right now and don't know why.
Right, that's the landfill. Why?
Don't know why. I can't hardly breathe. But we just go on and get out of the tax burden that landfill gonna put you up under. It's gonna put you up on the tax burden. Get out of it, and let somebody run the landfill who know how to run. Who running landfill, not somebody. He talking about he was just telling what he saw down there. Okay. Because everything they're doing in Lamar County is in an experimental state.
Right.
They don't have no history down there of none of that working. Talking about burning it and it turning into little small balls. They don't have no history of what them balls doing or what the burning doing or nothing. All they want to do is we got a couple of politicians who done sent them people down there to say let's emulate Lamar County. And then what they're going to do, emulate Lamar County, is slow us up for another 25 years. Man, you'll be dead and gone in 35 years. Ain't gonna like they told us 30 years ago, more than 30 years ago, that they were gonna close that landfill in 30 years. The landfill been down there 36 years, and you're losing $2 million every year. Every year, and we gonna go by what somebody else saying about do this and do that, and they used to work down there at that landfill, and they left it in debt, and it stink, and it's nasty, and you got over a trillion tons of garbage down there that's got to be relined. It's that crazy. It's that crazy. And relined, and you want to entrust it with a politician over here and a politician over there and one over here. It's the worst sickening thing I ever seen. I don't care. I don't care who's making the money. We're not getting it out there. All I want to do is I'm concerned about the health of it and trying to stem it. We can stem it off by privatizing it with somebody who knows what they're doing. okay, they're gonna pay you something. You're gonna get paid something. You won't have to be paying out because we getting ready to be paying out right
Oh
here.
yeah. Let me say this. You know, with Newton County, where they made the big mistake, when Green Hill was in here, they was willing to take over the landfill and give us things, take over all the tax burden, all the expenses that the county is going to be encouraged to have to pay. I heard the other day that EPA is ready to collect. You
That's
know,
right.
like
Well,
$2-3 million
right now.
Right now.
Yeah,
And this is
yeah.
going to be coming up on Tuesday night in the commissioners meeting. And I don't know, I don't have all the particulars about it, but that was a way for the county to get out of it. But no, they so smart, know everything. They said, let Green Hill go. Green Hill was willing to give us a park out in the Spring Hill community and everything. And hey, we can't get anything. We can't even get rid of our tires. The commissioner, they turned around one night, Tuesday night, and said, I think Thursday was going to be the last day you could carry tires to the recycling center.
Yeah.
So people, you know, are stuck with, I don't know how many tires. I myself have about 10.
And they want to charge you for them.
Oh yeah, they're going to charge you for them, but they're going to find them laying side the road somewhere.
That's what they're gonna do. And let's see, I was telling Bradley, privatizing it, we get out of it.
Right.
Get out of it. You ain't gonna make no money. I mean, we ain't making no money now. All we got is a landfill down there waiting on it to explode.
Right.
Or waiting on another leak to occur. Or waiting on it's nothing but you got 1 trillion tons of garbage that's got to be redug up and remined. And then you ain't got no money to even dump one bag of plastic or trash down there.
Right.
And we gonna sit here and turn this over to some politicians who ain't gonna do nothing but suck it up and suck it down. Hey, we can't let that happen. And they're getting ready to, we got 3 commissioners.
Yeah.
It's gonna come in.
You gonna come in.
And a chairman.
Right. Yeah, right.
A whole new deal. And we're gonna let this group here sit here and mess this up right now.
Right now.
All that, it's the biggest mess I ever seen. And we gonna have to fight with this. It's gotta be a fight. Because once, this authority or whatever it is, I don't think that's even go in effect unless you put the right people on there and just you let them oversee the privatization of it.
Yeah, but still, I mean, they don't know anything about the
about running a landfill. That's like me and you.
Right. I don't.
That's like getting me and you on that.
All I know is just dump garbage. For the last 7 years now, we have started recycling, and that's less garbage going in that landfill. But the majority of the people, I mean, everything that they produce in their home goes in their landfill. All kind of plastic, all kind of drink bottles, or whatever, goes in the landfill. And hey, you know what? It ain't gonna never dissolve.
It ain't gonna never go away.
No.
And that's why you need to it's gonna be a problem for the county from now on. And they're gonna spend money. They're gonna be taxed. Taxes gonna be coming up so high. I don't know where they're gonna get this money from.
Got to raise taxes.
That's right. They're gonna raise these taxes.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna raise these taxes.
Oh yeah.
And them people on the other end of the county ain't gonna want to pay for us on this end.
No.
Well, they're gonna raise these
I mean,
taxes.
those people, they're not worried about us near the landfill in this district.
And I had Bradley here. He talking about he got a well that ain't working.
Okay.
That a well that he can't drink the water.
Right.
That's the same thing. We can't drink the water out of our well.
Exactly.
You drink it. You gonna drink it for about a month.
Be like those up there now.
Hey, Charlie, come on in. We're gonna drink it for about a month. You drink that water for about a month. What's up?
Lord, have much sympathy here, my friend.
You right. What's up, cuz?
How you doing? I mean, I was riding around.
On the way from church, I was just sitting in the truck, just laughing on the way to the big friend. Go ahead and see how he do.
Yeah, well, you know, we on live broadcast.
Dad, that's all right. We need to be on something. Well, we can handle it. I got a couple of things I need to put out.
Go
ahead. You know, I just left my church, Good Hope Baptist Church. We had a youth anniversary, choir anniversary today, and it was awesome. You know, you should have been there. I wish
You
we
think I can be down here at the same time?
Well,
I used to be, when I was young, I could be at two places.
Well, we could have streamed it to you, you know. So.
You could have, that's right.
Yeah, but I do really would like to let the citizens know, my friends out different churches, that on Saturday morning at 8 o'clock.
Is that prayer breakfast?
That's our prayer breakfast. Well, that's a prayer breakfast. It's a free breakfast at our church.
Men's Day.
Men's fellowship breakfast. Coming up to starting at 8 o'clock to 12. Free breakfast. Come out. And
8 to 12. Y'all must got a lot of food down there.
We got a good food.
Come back. Come on.
Come on.
Yeah.
I have to remind Deacon Shepherd.
That's Saturday?
Saturday. This coming Saturday, right? Yeah. And Sunday we have our Men's Day program at 11 o'clock. And
who's going to be down there?
Dr. Ralph Simpson will be bringing the message. He's the, I think it's assistant superintendent of the school, DeKalb County School. Okay. First thing. Yeah. But anyway, he will be there. And we got another thing going on. The ladies' Women Empowerment Night, March the 18th.
We don't announce that. Go ahead.
Y'all have you? Okay.
Go ahead and announce it. Okay. Go announce again. This is the T you talking about.
March the 18th.
You got 2 days on that.
7 o'clock. It says this was on my windshield today, so.
On your windshield.
Yeah, it's right. The pastor, Whitney Smith Martin of the New Year. Let's see. Yeah. Women's Empowerment Night. And they coming up to their anniversary. Their anniversary. I think it'll be the third Sunday.
Yeah, we had to sit down, woman, like you just did the other night.
Okay,
you told me to read it.
I flew mine.
That was the lady said the other night. I am sending you to look here. This is the Pink and Pearls Lace Empowerment. Pink and Pearl Lace Empowerment Night will be held at Friday evening, March 18th at 7 p.m. This is at Good Hope Baptist Church. The special guest will be Reverend Wendy Smith Martin, the senior pastor of the Greater Victory Christian Center of Atlanta. The annual New Era Tea Social will be held the following Saturday. One of them is on the 18th. That's Friday evening with the preaching, and then they got a tea on that Saturday, March 19th at 3 p.m. And they want you to RSVP them by March the 5th. That's when is that? Sunday?
I think so, yeah.
And they call them at 770-957-8969. That's at the Good Hope Baptist Church, located on Highway 162, 770-787-4948 or 770-957-8969. Or call us here and we'll put you in touch with them. That's the New Era Tea Social and the Women of Hope Ministry here at Good Hope Baptist Church. That's an annual event they have. Also down here over at, where old St. Paul used to be on Stone Mountain Street.
Right.
Community worship service, all praises and congregation, Wednesday, March the 2nd at 7 p.m., 3114 Stone Mountain Street. And it's at the New Life Praise Center. That's what they call that place where St. Paul used to be on Stone Mountain Street. New Life Praise Center. Please contact Rebecca Ali, 470-385-9766. That's Rebecca Ali, 470-385-9766. The pastor at New Life Praise Center is Justin Adams. And we just want to pass that on to you. Hey, we got a old friend of mine here. My partner, I ever introduced you to Deacon Johnson? Well, y'all saw Deacon Johnson. Y'all saw Deacon Johnson come in. Hey, I got Charles Green sitting up in here. Charles Green, you know he do everything. He an artist. Did you know he draw? Call him. Hey, you didn't know that. I told you something you didn't know. He an artist.
And he'll hook up your transmission.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but they know that. But he an artist with his hands. He can draw your picture. Yeah, he do a very fine job. Him and his wife Gwen are inventors, and you know, our folk stop inventing stuff after everything got so easy to us. But these folk here, Bro Green and Bro Gwen, they still inventing. You know how about colored folk used to invent whatever they needed.
That's right.
Yeah, they invent somebody coming up with something here all the time. He done invented this and invented that. We quit inventing stuff after we done got all modernized, and we quit inventing. But
we think we had arrived.
yeah, but old Charles and Gwen, they still inventing stuff, and hey, I thank God for them. What's up, Charles?
Oh, I'm just coming through and heard you there stop. I just say hello and talk with Fred.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Deacon Johnson.
we talk about the landfill, and I was just
You heard of
yeah, that landfill thing. You know, it's a done deal. You know,
It's a mess.
It's tough. That's gonna be the metro landfill. Everybody knows.
Yeah,
They just trying to set on the laws of care. Everybody knows it.
And that's it. You know, and we stuck out there.
Yeah.
You know.
We stuck.
Oh yeah. And you know. I think a couple of weeks ago, I was out in the yard doing work. I was,
Right.
you know,
You
making
smell.
leaves. Yeah, that was the week before that, and it's only one recycling center below me down on Rock Plain Road.
And you saw 100 trucks.
I saw about 100 trucks.
Yeah.
You know,
They come from there well already.
I have no idea where they were coming from.
I left the Cab County in 2005.
You know.
We were talking about the Newton County landfill back in '95. Back when Leroy Scott and all them was up there.
Right.
Yeah.
Talking about where the next landfill was gonna be.
And look,
I mean,
and they ain't thinking about building another one because ain't nobody gonna let them build it. That one there,
it's already there. It's established.
that's right. And it
When
can't do but one
when the
thing.
Fulton and the Cab and all get full, where do you think they come?
Coming right here.
That's right.
I mean, you know, the water
Right.
gonna flow downhill, bro. That's all it is.
Like that man telling me today, the trooper telling me, he said, well, we can't use our water now. We ain't drunk our water in 2-3 years, no way.
Right.
But with it raining like it is, it's, you know, you can see
Right.
not to even do nothing with it. You know, it's boil it, and then when you boil it, you got so much sand and grit in it because the ground's so wet. And the bottom of the well and got all muddy.
Yeah.
It take about 2 weeks of non-rain
To clear up.
to clear up. And I'm talking about the toilet everywhere. We buy
There's no telling what buried in that landfill.
shoot, who you telling?
That landfill been
I
out
bet
there
we
for
got that
years.
stuff that boy had up here that they bought from Ebola, and they took the stuff to, you know, the woman wouldn't let it come across New Orleans.
Yeah.
Well, it come across Louisiana. Said, yeah, y'all ain't bringing that across here.
All right.
They went on up down Arkansas, come on around through here,
Right,
put it
right.
right out there by my house, and put it down there. All they want to do is just get rid of it.
Get rid of
And
it.
they paying to get rid of that garbage.
Yeah.
They paying to
You
get
know,
rid
they've
of
been
it
putting, you know, when you kind of been putting livestock in that landfill for years.
forever.
Yeah.
For years.
That's right.
You would go out there and take waste to the landfill,
Whatever.
and you didn't have to unload
Ain't
it
nobody-
for the buzzard, unload it for you.
Right.
I mean, it's been like that for years. Everybody knows it.
That's where it is.
No secret.
It ain't gonna be no fight out there. I used to think it was gonna be a fight out there, but see, you done come in there and divided the neighborhood up. Ain't gonna be no fight out there about nothing. But we got a lot of sick folk out there. That's all.
You know, in the commissioner meeting, last commissioner meeting,
You ain't gonna get in politics, you. You ain't gonna get in politics.
I'm scared I might win.
there you go. But this young lady,
I might get elected. They won't like me, so I just stay where I am.
I know that.
What about you, Rick?
No, I don't have that patience.
I don't
But
like
this young lady, she stood up, and I guess y'all know who I'm talking about. And she's asked, want the county to deed over the 238 acres.
Yeah.
To the recreation department, so they can put a park up there where they clear cut. They're off of the what was that?
On the same side,
on the
across the
same-
street from Bobby Wheeler.
Yeah, across
Okay.
the street, yeah, on top of here where they put all the timber.
Timber.
You know. And I mean, hey, a park almost in the landfill.
It's in the landfill. I said, look, The landfill ain't never going nowhere.
No.
50 or 100 years from now, it ain't gonna never be nowhere.
Dollars and no cents.
That's right. It's gonna be that. Look, I don't know what people think that this going one day. Yeah, one day. What they said? Well, what they said about the Grand Canyon 200 million years ago. This used to be underwater. Yeah, that's really gonna go away.
Right.
Shoot, that thing ain't going away, man. And this, so it's just, you know, what you gonna do? You can't fight with them. You ain't got no money to fight with them. Then everybody get mad at it when you do fight. And then, you know, it's gonna be money made one way or the other. And then, but what they gonna do is sit here and let everybody they know make the money and never fix the problem. The problem gonna always be out there, and that means just dump. All they doing is dumping garbage.
I agree with you. Can't go wind up with low.
Always.
Go wind up with low.
Because you can't move it. It ain't going nowhere.
They gonna wind up with low. Whoever sitting in this seat, like musical chill. Somebody gonna get caught. Nowhere to sit.
You hear what you said? Nowhere to sit. That's
Yeah,
what it's gonna be.
You're right.
Be nowhere to sit. And it's a shame. It is a horrible shame that we had somebody.
Had somebody.
That
Had a house. We had a
take
house.
had a way out of there.
Had a way out. Gonna absorb all the legal fees and everything. But no, they didn't want it because they were going to help a few people. You know, they didn't see any way to get anything out of that part of it.
But that's because it was gonna cut everybody at local out. You know, it was gonna just well, they're gonna make a little money off of it. But it's a $1 billion operation. I don't care how you look at it, when you look at it, or however you look at it. Because whoever can get it, gonna put what they want to.
Well, sanitation, big money. Oh yeah.
Big. And it's always been run by them gangsters.
Big sanitation, big money.
It's always been run
You're
by
talking about something that don't nobody want.
That's right.
Don't nobody want it in their neighborhood. Don't nobody want it inside their house, and don't nobody want it in their trash can.
That's right. And they got them big trucks running all over everywhere.
Oh yeah, like the old saying.
United, everybody running them.
Like those saying, it looks good from my house.
That's right.
Just don't bring it here. Right?
Don't bring it over here.
Bring it over here.
But they got it down the street of my house. Look, y'all. I see that the buzzers know when they close. You get me?
Yeah.
Summer or winter. They close, you know, the sun setting, they know when it close. They go to second out there big time.
Yeah.
Around 15 minutes to 5.
They say you can't find a better place to eat it. You go to buzzer.
Look, they say, hey,
what you? Hey.
They circling out there.
There's always something like that to eat.
And they go, they're on the ground down there. You got 200 of them on the ground down there by 6:30. You got a wheel of trouble out there.
Some of them too fat to fly away.
They big and they protect you. You can't do nothing with them. They don't let them be on the ground messing with no deal. Yeah, like they won't move.
I think they unload the truck for you. I went out there years ago. You got to fight. You had to fight to unload the truck.
I know they used to scare me. But see, they were roosting in the back of the yard. I tell you that they were roosting back there with Aunt Susan. And she didn't know it. I don't know when I see a buzzer. I say, Susan, all you gotta do is go out there and look up.
Yeah.
And she wasn't going out there looking up. She going out there and take a spit. She was dipping snuff. And I took Aunt Susan out there to look at them buzzers. That's the first time I ever seen them.
Every evening, I mean, they'll light up there at that water tower. That water tower be just full of, you know. And I guess they wait to the tractors and things quit running over that, you know. Then they over that. I mean, but anyway,
what you gonna do? You gonna run for office and stop them?
I am not gonna run for office. I just.
You scared you might win?
I'm scared I might win. Then if I win, oh Lord, I mean, I'll clean house.
Hey, I want to send a big shout out to Eddie Floyd. Hey, Eddie Floyd. I didn't get to that shout out list today. I thought Sharon was gonna get back here, but I was gonna mess it up anyway. And, hey, Geneva Mathis. I got to mention you and Eddie Floyd name because y'all will call me. Hey, I want to send a shout out to y'all. The sister went down to Macedonia, so we're gonna shut this broadcast down. Hey, we're streaming live on YouTube. You want to go see it? Just turn your YouTube on.
I mean, they'd have to buy everybody.
There ain't no money. Hey, look here, you gonna close it out with a word of prayer. Wait a minute.
You ready to go?
Another song. We've come a long way. We've come a long way.
Sing it, brother.
We've come a long way, Lord. We've come a long way. We bear our burdens in the heat of the day.
Yes, sir.
Knowing that the Lord, He'll make a way. We've had hard times. We've come a long way. We kept on praying. We've come a long way. We kept on praying. We've come a long way.
Our Father, the Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Father, we come this evening just thanking you for just being so kind and so merciful to us. Father, you woke us up early this morning.
Yes.
And you let us walk out to see a brand new day. Father, a day which we've never seen before in all the days of our life. And we thank you for it, Master.
Thank you.
And also, my Master, we know that this day we'll never see it again when it's gone. We ask, Lord, that you just help us, oh Lord, to be able to do the things pleasing in your sight, Father. We pray, Heavenly Father, for the sick and afflicted all over the land and country. Pray for mankind everywhere. Then, Father, we pray, Heavenly Father, for our president. We pray for all our politicians, Father. Father, just show them the right way, Father. Father, we ask, Lord, that you just bless this broadcast, Father. Father, let it continue to go out over the airways, Father, to just touch someone, Father. Father, as we close this evening, ask, Lord, don't forget about just blessing Covington. Don't forget about just blessing Newton County. Bless everyone, Father. We ask these blessings in your name. Amen.
Amen, amen, amen. Amen. Thanks a lot, Deacon Johnson. Remember, you are your brother and sister's keeper.
And we truly hope you've enjoyed this past 3 hours with Forrest and Sharon Sawyer on